Gaffer, having come so close to getting the win, that must be pretty hard to take, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be hard to take. I thought they probably deserved something out of the game anyway. Not that we wanted to let them back in it twice, but we got to go and try and win the game in midweek. You know, we're just waiting to hear what day we're going to play. So we got to rally the troops a little bit. They know they didn't play well, albeit as individuals that we've seen play well on lots of occasions over the last few months, as it were. But and also we didn't play well as a team. I didn't think we looked a team out there. Sometimes that's because people are trying too hard to get on the ball and their form's not good, so all of a sudden they look worse because they want the ball, they get the ball, then they lose the ball, sort of thing. You know. So, but I mean, it was obviously a very good goal that they scored, the second one, and we just had a couple of minutes to hold out, and we wasn't good enough to or strong enough to do that. So, you know, I'll understand everybody's frustrations, but they're not a bad team. They came with a tactic quite early on, and we had to deal with that, or the referee had to deal with that. But listen, we got to play them Tuesday or Wednesday, so we just better make sure that we're ready on that day.
Now, you said before about being in the entertainment business. Let's face it, none of us are neutrals here today, but it was probably a very entertaining game for the neutral. There seemed to be several times in that game where it looked like we were about to wrestle control of the game, but it didn't quite happen. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, yeah. There was parts of the second part of the first half we got into the game, but we didn't seem to quite have that quality of final third play, that final pass, that clever little shot or clever little run, or, you know, we just didn't have that quality really in the final third, and we only got it when Cleddy came on, and he made a couple of runs, got the free kick for the goal, and obviously made a great run for Jake's goal as well. So other than that, we looked a little bit shot shy, and we didn't look potent enough, really, is where it was. But it's not just when you're shooting and when you get in the area, it's that last pass we couldn't find. We never found anyone one-on-one with a goalkeeper, for instance. We had to work very hard to do that, and yet they found it 2 or 3 times. So I've just got to have a good look at that, as I am at the moment anyway. And you know, again, we haven't lost the game. We haven't lost no points, but you've obviously got to turn things around, and you can, because this league is inconsistent. That's why the players are playing at this level, because they are inconsistent. So 2 days later, you could look like Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying we will, but that's how it is. You just got to tell them where you thought they went wrong, what we need to do to put it right, and obviously when you lose in the last minute, because we nearly won it in the last 4 minutes again, didn't we, or whatever it was. So yeah, it's a shame, but I've said what I've had to say in there, and then I've got to pick them up ready for the game, because we want to stay in the cup.
After all he's been through recently, it was a nice moment to see Jake come off the bench and put his side ahead. It was a nice way to crown his return back into the first team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well, the problem is you're having to do things over here. I know you're the manager, that's why you got to do things, and me and Dowsy have a quick chat, and we had to bring them over to liven them up. That got the first goal, and then we had to make some subs to get the second goal. Unfortunately, it also you know, put them in as far as 2 goals were concerned, and they hit the post a couple of times, although we did hit the crossbar as well. Keelan hit the crossbar in the first half. So yeah, obviously disappointed that we didn't carry it through and win the game. You don't really want loads of games midweek when you're playing in the National League, and I don't think Kings Lynn, I think they got a result, or they certainly not playing in the week. They must have either won or lost. And but we got to do it, and we got to try and add to our squad, which we're trying to do.
Not a lot of time to prepare for the replay, which will be in midweek, but it's important that we're still in the draw, still everything to play for.
Yeah, of course it is, and you know, don't expect me to be, you know, jumping up and down at the minute, eating muffins that I've just been offered, but a bit of cake. But no, we'll get them turned round as quickly and as best as we can. but it's down to them individually. They've got to get their heads around it. They've got to find their game. You know, some of them haven't found their game for a little while. You know what I mean? For 3 or 4 games, 3 games, like we did at Wealdstone. So, and like we did in the first half at Maidenhead. So, but you have got an opposition that are trying to stop you doing that, and the lads have got to be aware that you know, they know your strengths and weaknesses, and if you're part of our strengths, then you better turn up and you better play. You know, play your best game, and that's not quite happening yet.